All right, Shalom. Shalom. First off and foremost, as always, I want to say Kol Am La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash. Double honor being to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And a Shalom to you, Akim out there that's pushing his truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash. So this lesson is going to be titled, Be a Brother to One Another. All right? Just be a brother, man. Don't be petty towards one another. Don't hold any grudges towards one another. Because we're at the final, the home stretch. So whatever, you got going on, with a brother, hey, just squash it. Just put that shit to the side. This is just, I'm saying this in general, and yeah, man, we already got, the brotherhood. Of course, we have the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, but when it comes down to the boiling point, the brothers, is truly what matters, right? Because when you go to the scripture, real quick, this just came to my mind. I had a few precepts written down, but let's snag this. All right. This is the book of, let's see. Second Samuel chapter 1 and verse 25, it says, How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle? O Jonathan, thou wast slain in thine high places. Verse 26, it says, I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant thou hast been unto me. Thy love to me thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of woman. Right? And this is after, Jonathan, he died in battle, then King David said that, the love, towards his love towards Jonathan could pass the love of a woman, meaning, that's how strong that bond was that King David and Jonathan had, because when you go to the scripture, it says that they were knit in the spirit. Okay, knit in the spirit. Let's type this up real quick. This is 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 1. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Okay, now let's see what that says in the GNT or NLT. Let's see. 1 Samuel 18 and 1. 18 and verse 1. Let's go to the NLT. This is 1 Samuel chapter 1. 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 1. It says, After David had finished talking with Saul, he met Jonathan, the king's son. And at the time, the king was Saul, King Saul, and Jonathan, was his son. All right. And it says, the king's son, there was an immediate bond between them, for Jonathan loved David, right? And going back to what we read earlier, and that was that 1 Samuel 25 we read. 2 Samuel 1 and 26. Okay. And I'm just curious to see what that says in the NLT. All right. Okay, 1 Samuel or 2 Samuel. Second Samuel 1:26. It says, the NLT says, "How I weep for you, my brother Jonathan. Oh, how much I loved you. And your love for me was deep, deeper than the love of women," right? Because they were knit in the spirit. See, they had that brotherly bond, that is very tight, and that's how we got to be in the truth. We got to be our brother's keeper. We got to be there for one another. Like how Shai said, if you have an issue with a brother, if there's any, you know, contention, put that brother to the side, man. Speak to him, because hey, man, we all got to be knit together, Now, of course, of course, things gonna happen, shit is gonna happen, but don't allow, Satan to break that brotherly bond, right? Because Satan, he wants to break that brotherly bond. That's why this lesson is titled, be a brother to one another. Okay. Now, real quick, let's snag that since we just said it. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18. Excuse me. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15. And it says, "Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone," right? So if a brother, rubs you the wrong way, and you didn't like it, but, he probably didn't know that you didn't like it, or whatever case may be, you go, hey, speak to the brother in private. Be like, "Hey, brother, you kind of did this, and I didn't, kind of, rub me the wrong way, and then that brother will hear you out, and that's called, good communication, right? Because when there's no communication, that's when, there's room for Satan to fuck with brothers, and it says, "Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone," right? Meaning in private. "If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother," right? So if that, brother hears you out, he see where you're coming from, then that bond has become closer, then you gain a brother. Okay. Now let's see what that says in the NLT. All right. This is the book of Matthew 18 and 15 and the NLT. And it says, "If another believer sins against you, go privately and point out the offense," right, man? So a brother could maybe have offended you, in a way which he didn't know, or in a way that you perceive that, towards you. And however the case, is or was, there's a little contention there, but like I said, don't, allow that contention, which is Satan ultimately, don't allow Satan to make it any deeper than what it is. Because Satan, he'll put, thoughts in your mind, he'll try to plant seeds, to make you think something else. But Yahushua is saying right here, it says, "If another believer sins against you, go privately and point out the offense. If the other person listens and confesses it, you have won that person back," right, man? Good communication amongst the brotherhood, right? So if you have an issue with somebody or your brother, go tell that brother privately, right? And then if that brother listens, he communicates with you back, and he agrees on the topic at hand, what you're talking about, then guess what? You gain that brother, right? You got that, you won that brother back, right? So now that bond becomes tighter, right? Becomes closer, right? So we got that Matthew 18 and 15. Now let's get this in 1 John. Where is it at? 1 John. 1 John 4 and verse 20. And it says, if a man say, "I love the Most High," and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, how can he love the Most High whom he have not seen?" Right, man? You know how, and that's true. How can you say you love, this brother, and you hate him, right? But you saying you love the Most High, that you have not seen with your own eyes, but yet you don't love this brother right next to you, and you've seen him with your own eyes. You see, so how does that make sense? We got to love one another, man. Okay, now of course, and in his truth, brothers are not gonna always hold your hand and things like that. We got to be our own men, right? Obviously, we know this, right? But you know, it's always good to stick by our brother's side. To be there, when he needs you. To give him charity. And that charity, could be in the form of not only money but advice. Giving that brother a ride, whatever case may be. There's many forms of charity, man. Praying for one another, praying for a brother. The list goes on. So we are not to hate one another. Okay, that's the job of Esau. That's the job of Cain. You see, because Cain hated his brother. Cain murdered Abel. All right, so we got to be the complete opposite of that. Okay, and it says, verse 21, and this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth the Most High love his brother also. Right, man. Okay, so if you love the Most High, how about Shema Shai? Love your brother. Okay, that's plain, man. And Yahweh Shai said that. This is John 15 and verse 17. This is the words of Yahweh Shai, man, the ultimate brother. This is John 15 and verse 17, right to the point, and it says, "These things I command you, that ye love one another." You see? Let's read this. Let's get that in the NLT. Okay. This is John 15 and verse 17. And it says, "This is my command, love each other." And that's plain. Okay? Love your brother, man. Stop being fucking petty. Stop not communicating. Okay? And just be a brother, man. Just be a brother. Because we not in a time to be petty and to allow Satan to get in our heads, man, and try to put thoughts in your head, bad thoughts in your head towards another brother or towards brothers. Okay, that's what Satan wants, to do, and we got to be spiritually, circumspect to see that. Okay, to be spiritually aware that Satan is trying to attack us, all day long, man. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, and verse 14. It says, "A faithful friend is a strong defense." Right? And the word friend means brother, ultimately. And it says, "And he that hath found such in one hath found a treasure." Right, man? And when I was in the world before I came to the truth, when I was still in a Gentile mindset, of course, you had associates, people that you may have been amongst or hung around with, but they weren't, my true brothers. They were my friends. I may have seen you here and there, but we weren't really close and tight, right? Because in the world, that's really, well, for me, I'll say, that's something, rare. Now of course, if you're growing up and you have siblings, like actual brothers, obviously, you're gonna be, somewhat, have a bond, but even that, coming into the truth, your bond that you have with brothers is super exceeds that bond that you may have with, actual relatives and, back in the world, you know. So finding a true brother, a true friend, that is truly a treasure, man. Like the old saying goes, I found a diamond in the rough. That's rare, in this side, man. So, us coming, into this truth and being amongst brothers, hey man, that's beautiful. Like the scriptures say, let brotherly love continue. How beautiful is it to see brothers dwell in unity, you know? So yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say. According to this topic, and Lord's will, this lesson was edifying, and it was you know, uh, easy to understand, for the Lord's sheep. Okay. So with that being said, I just want to say, call Lam La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honor being to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And I shalom to you, Ankim out there, you sincere Ankim out there, that's pushing truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. With that being said, shalom.